I love your questions. I love them a lot. And I've received some really important ones about the student motivation course, and I want to answer them in a video just because sometimes that's easier to read through than, a massive list of FAQs. So these are 5 questions that I've received that I think are really important. And I'm going to set my timer here just to time myself, make myself answer these quickly, because what I find is that the longer the day is, the further into the day that I am, the more rambly I get. So let's honor your time and not ramble. First question. People asking, is this for me? I'm a college professor. I'm a 5th grade teacher. I'm an interventionist. I'm a principal. Is this course for me? Great question. So here's the thing. This course is about the 5 key beliefs that undergird human motivation. So there's total applications to for an administrator, because in the course we talk about credibility, identity/belonging, effort, efficacy, and value. And you need your teachers to believe these 5 things if they're going to do the work that you really want them doing and do it with care. If they're going to be engaged teachers, they need to think that their effort can make them better. They need to think that people like them work hard at teaching. They need to think that you're a good principal. Okay? So I've never been a principal. Okay? I've never been I adjuncted a little bit, but I've never really been a college professor, and I've never been a 5th grade teacher. I've taught 6th through 12th grade for 12 years and counting in English language arts and or history. So that's my experience. Some of that was in the urban school. Some of that is in my current setting, suburban/rural. I've worked with those populations, those subjects, those grades. But these 5 beliefs are so malleable, not malleable, they're broad enough, I think. The principles that we'll learn, the research that we'll look at, the interventions and strategies that I'll have you practice, these things are broad enough to be applied in a variety of settings. It just depends. Do you want to sit here and make this stuff work for your setting? If you want that, if you think that these 5 beliefs are, if you think that they can revolutionize your approach to student motivation, then I think you're right. Because certainly a lot of the studies that I read and learn about these 5 beliefs from, they're not about secondary English or history classes. The studies don't take place with those kinds of populations, but I draw the principles from them and use them successfully with the kids I work with. So that's what I would have to say to that. Boom. How much time does the course take? So the course videos are released over 7 weeks. At the start of each week, I give you I release a module. Okay, Module 1 is Foundations, key ideas that will carry throughout the course. Module 2, Credibility. 3, Identity/belonging. 4, Effort. 5, Efficacy. 6, I'm off the screen, Value. 7, Takeaways and Application. So you receive these at the start of each week. These modules get released. They've got 5 core videos in them. Videos are 2 to 10 minutes in length. And then often I include a handful of bonus videos. Every single video lesson has reflective application questions underneath it. These are meant to give you a chance to write, apply to your setting what you're learning, so that it's not just a video that you're watching, but it's affecting your practice, affecting your understandings of motivation. And then each video lesson also has a dig deeper section with links to relevant resources, articles from my blog, articles from other people, research studies, books, and so on. So if you want to really nerd out, you can use that. And then finally, there's a discussion section underneath, just a kind of standard commenting area, where you can answer your reflective application questions and see how other people are answering them. That's the way that I recommend doing the course. And I'll talk about that again in another question in this video. But how long does that take? Each video lesson, I think, could take you anywhere from 15 minutes if you're just watching the video, doing some pretty quick reflective application, or it could take longer if you'd like. It just depends. How much do you want to put in? How much do you want to interact with the other people in the comments for that particular discussion? So my answer, it depends. It doesn't need to take a lot of time. And if it takes you longer than you expected, you have access to the course for life, and so therefore you don't have to be done during those first 7 weeks. You can take longer. All right? Next question. Ooh, that was slower than the first question. Next question is there one-to-one coaching with Dave? People kind of ask me this. Maybe this is a way to get a lot of access to Dave. First of all, I'm not the expert. You know that. I don't have all the answers. You know that too. That's maybe why you're even considering this course, because I know what you know, that I'm not some magical guru. But there are weekly Q&As that I host during those first 7 weeks of the course, in which you can ask anything about course material that you'd like. If we're 3 weeks into the course, you have a question about lesson 1.3 from the first module, you can ask it to the Q&A, and then if you can't attend live, you can watch my response to just your question after the fact. Or if you attend live, we can interact live during that time. What I don't do is pour through the comments, because these courses produce lots of comments, and really the value of the comments is you giving and getting from other colleagues around the country, building a community of people wrestling with these ideas around student motivation. The Q&A is where you get access to me, and some people in the previous cohort of the course have taken great advantage of the Q&A. They've asked me multiple questions over the course of the Q&As, and I think it's given them maybe a sense that, wow, I kind of did receive some significant coaching from Dave. That one was fast. Fourth question that I received, what if I'm not happy with the course? Great question. I offer a 30-day, no questions asked refund. Full money back refund. It's easy for me. I just click a button and you get your money back, whether you paid with Stripe or PayPal. That's how that works. So, you know, that's so far not something that any students took advantage of. In the first round of the course, I had 300 students. No one asked for a Q&A due to being unhappy with the, for a refund due to being unhappy with the course, but well, discombobulated. This refund question is just something you don't have to worry about. Okay, if you're not happy, just let me know. Email me, and I love to take care of that for you. Last question: how important is it for me to participate in the online discussion forum? So, like I described previously, there are these. There's this commenting section, this discussion section beneath each video lesson, and based on what I've seen in the course, the cohort that's already gone through the course, it really is something that I highly recommend you to take part in those discussions. I recommend that you answer your reflective application questions on the discussion forum, and that you also interact with what other people are saying. I've had numerous folks who've completed the course say, my favorite thing was not necessarily the video lessons, it was the strategies that I learned from people beneath. Because very frequently in the video lessons, it's not just me giving you a bunch of stuff to do. Sometimes it's me telling you, hey, this is something that I read about pertaining to the value belief. And then the reflective application is, what could that look like in your setting? Or what do you already do in your setting that operates on the same principle? Something like that. So in some cases, the discussion forum is a bunch of great teachers engaged with student motivation, wanting their kids to be motivated better, sharing some of their best ideas. So I think it's important to engage in the online discussion. But then again, if that's not your thing, you still have those 35 plus video lessons and those Q&As with me. So some folks just prefer to do things in an isolated fashion. I also have hermit-like tendencies, so if that's you, hey, love you. These are 5 of the most asked questions that I receive. If you have any other questions, just shoot me an email. Dave Stewart Jr. at gmail.com. Dave Stewart Jr. at gmail.com. Just send me an email with anything you're wondering, because I want you, if you're registering the course, to feel really confident about what you're doing. Thanks so much. Have a great day.